every company, everywhere, we're looking at how we can reduce complexity and be more efficient about what we do. So I'm going to share with you my experience on how we unpack and think about it.
Joyce, thanks so much for joining us today. Before we get started here, could you just tell us a little bit about who you are and where you come from, please?
Yes, thank you, Scott. So I'm Joyce Chen. I am VP of Engineering at Zalando. Zalando is a Berlin-based e-commerce company. So before I joined Zalando, I spent 25 years in US. And those 25 years, 20 years were at Microsoft. And then 3 years at Nordstrom, which is a luxury retail company.
Great. And Joyce, you're going to be speaking later on this year at Leading Edge, our event for senior engineering leaders. What are you going to be talking about there?
I'm going to talk about how you can think about efficiency with the lean efficiency. We all know nowadays, I mean, it's not news to everybody. Every company, everywhere, we're looking at how we can reduce complexity and be more efficient about what we do. So I'm going to share with you my experience on how we unpack and think about it.
Yeah, and Joyce, you said you've got, many years of experience in this field now. And I think a lot of people who are in engineering leadership positions maybe have not gone through a cycle like this of layoffs and tightening budgets, and they're going to become accustomed to working in a certain way. What's one thing that you've really learned about running efficient engineering teams that you hope people can take away from this?
Yeah, so I have a long career. I started my career when there is no cloud computing and we're shipping box product. And how we think about the bugs we need to fix before releasing product in a box product is very different from what we think about shipping something services in cloud. So this is one example come to my mind, and this is why I emphasize on the focus. So it's very important on focusing on what you're doing and tie that back to business impact. So this is one topic I will be talking about. And then also the second one is alignment is critical. When I talk about business impact, very critically understanding what your company's focus are for this year. With the cloud computing, with the dynamic economy, it changed so much. So the alignment is super critical as well.
Yeah, and in this context, in terms of the efficiency that people are being demanded to work under, like how important a problem is prioritization, and how much of a kind of take do you have on how to start to reprioritize in these times?
Yeah, so that's really another key, right? How do you know what to focus? Is prioritization. And also part of the prioritization is really to sort through any noises you don't need to. And this is go back to aligning, I would often say, the 3 key priorities, 3 themes the company is doing. Then from there, you could prioritize, and then you can reduce noises, right? And also, I think each month you do things a little bit differently. What I meant is, for example, for the e-commerce, right now, what's in my mind is Cyber Week, right? So there is one key focus, what you try to achieve at Cyber Week.
Right, and let's fast forward to after your talk. You've come down off the stage. What are you hoping that the audience take away from your talk?
So I have a long career, and I also have an interesting career moving from US to Berlin. And also I work in Microsoft and then e-commerce. So I'm hoping the audience can take away seeing, first, this is how somebody could have a career path, how one career path look like. Second is through what I learned and how I map from US to Germany working culture, and also in the software development cycle, right? How we think about efficiency, because this is another key. It's like there are efficiency under whatever situation, right? How we map that as well. Yeah. And also, last but not least, I'm really hoping that people can go back and say, hey, here are some example apply to my company. Here are some does not apply to my company. And why doesn't it apply? Yeah. And how you map it back to your company.
Yeah, and obviously the lovely thing about Leading Eng is that it's a very tight group. People get to talk in between the sessions and kind of share their learnings. What was it about Leading Eng in particular that made you want to deliver this talk there?
Yeah, so this is recommended by one of my coworkers to me, and a very trusted, highly regarded coworker. So this is a solid platform, and also the topic service up to me, and the conversation and bonding I did with other speakers lead me to believe this is a great way for us all come together, and also share and learn from each other. So in addition to give the talk, I'm also looking forward to learn from others and then to have a lively conversation. And also hopefully the networking connection will be long lasting as well.